Wagwan FPL. Yes, right there, It's the wrap up week 8. Y'all know I get down, man. I make these videos every week, man. Picking up all the top class players that y'all need for y'all team. I be wrapping up game week 8, giving you all the top players that y'all need, players that inform. If you need a striker, midfielder, goalkeeper, anything y'all need, man. Yes, right there, It's the wrap up week 8. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get into it. First wrap up, Chelsea versus Forest. I really thought Forest was going to prove something in this game. But what Forest proved? Forest proved that what? Angie needed to be fired. Chelsea was able to win that game 3-0. Let's get into the Chelsea players. So let's talk about the Chelsea players that perform in that game. You got Estavo, who's the midfielder, and you got Neto, who's also a midfielder. None of them are in form, but you got Estavo right there with 3-star general right there. He's not in form. His form is 3.8, but his price is 6.5. Neto is another one that's not in form. He got a 2-star. That means he performed in 2 games. His price is 7.0. His form is 4.2. Anything over 5 for me is in form. You got Achin Pong right there, a new defender that Chelsea got on their side right there that score a goal in that game. You got a goalkeeper, Sanchez. He's also not in form. He got 3-star. That means in 3 games he performed with a clean sheet. His price is 4.9. But you got Reece James right there. He's in form. A 7.2 in form right there. His price is 5.4. He's a 3-star general. So maybe when we're looking for a defender, Chelsea's where we can go to find a defender to put on our team. And those are the players that for Chelsea that are performing right now that you need in your team. Next wrap up is Newcastle versus Brighton Albion. I thought Newcastle was going to be too much of Brighton. No, but not Brighton was able to came out, win that game 2-1. And here are the players for Newcastle that was able to help that game. But even though they lost, but Ultimate, he's performing very well. He's a 4-star general, man. His price is 7.4. He's in form as a striker if you're looking for a striker to put in your team. Also at Newcastle, they have a midfielder right there, Lewis. That's not in form, but if you want a differential to put in your team. We're going to talk about the Brighton Hove Everton players next. For Brighton, you could see that they won that game 2-1 right there against Newcastle. For Brighton, you have Welbeck. Welbeck is a striker that's in form. Higher form than Voltamade. But Voltamade performed more. Voltamade have you could see that 4-star general. Welbeck is a 2-star general right there. His price is 6.3. He's in form is 6.5. But you know also at Brighton, they got some midfielder on the list. Charina with a 3-star and Whiffer with a 2-star right there. None of them are in form, but they're performing for their team. They're playing very well. So if you want to go ahead and look at Brighton for some players, if you can afford the striker Voltamade, maybe you could afford Welbeck right there. And those are the players for Brighton to look to put on your team. Next wrap up, you have Burnley versus Leeds. Burnley win 2-0. I really thought Leeds was going to take this game, but Burnley was able to surprise me. So you know with the clean sheet, we're going to talk about the goalkeeper in this game. And Burnley players, we're going to go ahead and look at them that's performing right now. And here are the players that perform for Burnley. Burnley got some midfield players that the names that I can't pronounce, so I'm not even going to go ahead and try to butcher it. But they got, you see, the midfielder right there is a 2-star general midfielder right there. They're not in form. You also got the goalkeeper right there, the Pragva. That's not in form, but he's a 2-star general. He's getting up there. They also got another midfielder on the list, Lewis, and they got Walker. If you're looking at the prices, they got some cheap prices right there for some players if you want to look for some players. And those are the players for Burnley that perform. Next matchup, you have Crystal Palace versus Bournemouth. 3-3. This game right here was tough right here. It was a good game to watch. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the players that are performing and players that you might be considering for your Week 9 team and going on. So let's talk about the Crystal Palace players, man. Crystal Palace got some players that's definitely in form. Players that you should be looking for to put in your team. You know what I mean? The next game for Crystal Palace is Arsenal. You might not want to get them yet, but you know they're playing Brentford next. Might be the right time to get them. That might be a game like them versus Bournemouth where you get another hat-trick in that game. But let's look at the players from Crystal Palace that perform. You know Mateta, 3-star general right there. He was able to get an hat-trick in that game. His price is 7.6. Like I said, Crystal Palace got players that's in form. His form is 6.8. You got Giroud right there. His price is 4.9. A defender right there if you need for your team. His form is 5.2. He's a 4-star general. That means in 4 games he performed. You got Munoz right there with a 3-star general. In 3 games he performed. He was able to get 2 assists in that game. His price is 5.6. His 5 is 5.5. So if, like I said, they got midfielder, they got defender at Crystal Crystal Palace. But if you need a forward, if you can't afford Voltamade and you can't afford Welbeck, and you don't want to get Welbeck in your team because Welbeck is cheaper than Mateta, but you like Mateta better because Mateta scored a hat-trick in that game and he's performing, maybe Mateta is the one that you should be getting to your team. But we're going to talk about the Bournemouth players next that you should be looking for to put in your team. So now let's talk about the Bournemouth player that's performing. You know everybody's going to have Semyon in their team. The boy is rightful to be in everyone's team, man. 5-star general right there. His price is 8.0. His form is 8.5. You better get him soon because his price might be going up again. But also, at Bournemouth, if you're looking for some differential midfielder, they got Tavern right there, 2-star general. You know what I mean? His price is 5.5. He's not in form. They got Chesty right there. You know what I mean? His price is 5.0. He's not in form. But if you need a cheap striker, if you don't want to get Voltamade, don't want to get Welbeck, or you don't want to get Mateta, maybe you could look for Bournemouth because they got a striker right there, Capri. You know what I mean? He's a striker right there, both getting form. His price is 4.5. Their next game is Nottingham Forest. So maybe it's the best time to go right there and pick up that striker to pick him your team. Maybe you could double up for the next game. Next wrap up, you have Manchester City versus Everton. Manchester City 2, Everton 0. You know with the clean sheet, we only going to talk about the Manchester City players, and we're going to definitely talk about their goalkeeper that you need to be looking for if you want to bring a goalkeeper in your team. So let's get into these Manchester City players right here. For Manchester City, you have Haaland, man. The boy's a top class, man. Everyone needs to have him in your team. If you don't have him in your team, I don't know what you're waiting on. Haaland is a top class general, man. I think it's only one game he didn't perform. You could see all those stars that the boy be getting, man. His price is 14.6. His form is 11.5. The boy's been performing. You got O'Reilly right there. His form is 6.0. His price is 4.9. He's a defender. That's in form right there if you need a defender to put in your team. Like I said, the goalkeeper, man, 3-star general right there. The boy been performing, man. His price is 5.7. His form, he's not yet in form because he's 3.8, but he's getting there. But also at City, you got a midfielder right there. If y'all thinking about, y'all say, oh, Reinders, nah, man. Maybe it's time to drop him. You got other midfielders that y'all need to be looking at. And I show you all a lot of midfielders so far. So y'all need to start looking to these videos, picking up midfielders right there. But those are the players from cities that performing. Next wrap up, Sunderland versus Wolves. Sunderland 2, Wolves 0. Sunderland, man, is performing, man, doing their thing. And here are the players for Sunderland that's performing. You know, Sunderland next game is against Chelsea, and it's Everton after that. So maybe it's time to get Sunderland players, because you know Chelsea always getting a red card, and they always letting it go. So maybe it's the time to picking up some Sunderland players. For Sunderland, they got a defender right there, Nordi. That's definitely in form, you know what I mean? 7.5, his price is 4.0. Maybe he's the one that we should be looking for to put in our team. I think you could put him in your team for the next 2 games against Chelsea and Everton. I know they could get away right there with a clean sheet and get some goal in that game right there. They also got a midfield Talby that's not in form. His price is 5.0. And they got another defender that's in form with 4.5. So maybe Sunderland is where we need to start be looking for players. Because their next 2 match right there, they could come away with some clean sheet and a couple goals in that game right there. Next wrap up, you have Fulham versus Arsenal. Fulham, man, oh, man, like I said, they always got midfielder, but they lost this game ready to Arsenal 1-0. Arsenal is my side, man. I was very disappointed when Arsenal win this game 1-0. I'm like, watching this game, I'm like, good win, Arsenal. Good win. But I'm not impressed, man. I need to see some class. You know what I mean? Arsenal shouldn't be beating Fulham 1-0. Fulham should be beating Arsenal 1-0. So I was watching this game. I saw the 1-0 score. I'm like, I don't care about this, man. You know what I mean? We need to show some class. We need to be playing like, yo, beat the side them by 2-0, 3-0. Then I'd be like, yes, Arsenal. But here are the players from Arsenal, because this is my side right here. So I'm happy about the win. I'm just not happy about the score 1-0. I wanted it to be more. So for Arsenal, you got Trossard right there. Midfielder right there. Not in form yet, 4.2. His price is 6.9. He's getting up there to form. But look at Arsenal now. Arsenal got Gabriel right there. A defender that's definitely in form. His price is 9. His form is 9.0. His price is 6.3. The boy is doing it, man. Also at Arsenal, we got a top class goalkeeper. 4-star general right there. Getting up in form. His price is 5.7. So maybe you could look to Arsenal for some players. Because Arsenal next game is Crystal Palace and Burnley. You know what I mean? So you might, hey, Arsenal might, y'all need to be shopping for some players too. Next wrap up, Aston Villa versus Spurs. Aston Villa 2, Spurs 1. We're going to be talking about the players from Spurs, so let's get into it. For Spurs, you got two players right there that perform in that game. You got Pelini that's performing that game, the midfielder right there. He's a three-star general. The boy been performing, man. You got Bentancur right there. His price is 5.3. Both of them are in form, and I mean getting up there. Like I said, Bentancur is 4.5 in form. He's getting up there. He's going to be in form soon. You got Pelini right there. His in form is 5.8. So maybe these are the players that we need to be looking to from Spurs to put in their team. Spurs next game, they go against Everton and Chelsea. So it might be, a good time right there to start putting these players in your team. Now, let's talk about the Aston Villa players, man, because Aston Villa looked iffy in the beginning of the season. They were struggling, but now they turn it around, back in form, gotten their players doing their thing. They got Rodgers right there, a midfielder, three-star general, you know what I mean? Yes, Pelina is a three-star general, but if you don't like the Spurs players, maybe you can start looking for Aston Villa for some midfielder. You got Buendia right there, a two-star general, and you got Dench, a defender with a two-star general. But like I said, you got Rodgers right there. He's a three-star general if you're looking for a midfielder to put in your team. You got Buendia right there. He's in form. 5.3. He's a two-star general. So depends on who you want to go to. You got a three-star general and a two-star general right there, midfielder to put in your team. And those are the players from Aston Villa if you're looking for a players to put in your team. Next wrap up, Liverpool versus Manchester United. Good win for Manchester United. We need that. You know what I mean? Arsenal need that. So let's go over the players from Liverpool that perform in that game. From Liverpool, you got Guapo. He's a four-star general, man. The boy been performing. Not in form 4.2. His price is 7.5. But you got Chias. I really think Chias deserves a start because every time Chias come off the bench, the boy been performing, man. You could see that right. He's a three-star general. His price is 6.4. The boy is performing, man. So maybe it's time the coach needs to say, yo, I'm going to drop Salah and give men like Chias a chance in the game because Chias is performing. And those are the players that perform for Liverpool right there. For Manchester United now, you got players like Mbeumo that's performing, a three-star general. The boy is in form. His price is 8.0. You got Maguire right there, a defender who's also in form. You know what I mean? Form is 6. You know what I mean? His price is 4.4. You got Fernandez right there, the midfielder, three-star general. He's also in form. His form is 5. His price is 8.9. You got Ahmad. He's not in form yet, but his price is 6.3. So if you go there, Manchester United got players that performing. If you want to look for them to put in your team. You know what I mean? So if you want to go and look for some players, next game for Manchester United, they got Brighton 10 after that, and they got Nottingham Forest. So maybe it's time to start putting some Manchester United players in their team. Last wrap up for the day, Brentford versus West Ham. You know what I mean? West Ham, disappointed. I thought it was at least going to get a goal in this game, but they didn't. But so no, let's look at the players from Brentford that perform in that game right there. For Brentford got a lot of players. If you watch my wildcard video that I made, you see that Thiago was one that sticked out to me. Thiago's a four-star general. Maybe we could start looking to Brentford for some players. Cause Brentford go against Liverpool and Crystal Palace. Liverpool led in 2 goals in their last game, and Crystal Palace led in 3 goals. So maybe it's time to go to Brentford because the Brentford 2 games that they're going against team that's letting in goals. So maybe it's time we go to Brentford and look for some players. Pick up a striker right there, 4-star general Thiago. Pick up Jensen right there, the midfielder, 2-star. Look at the goalkeeper Kelly right there, 2-star. Look at Shade right there, a 3-star general. So Brentford got some players right there. They even got a defender Potter. So right there, if you want to go to Brentford and look for some players, go ahead, man. Brentford got some players that you could be looking at. They got some good match that you could go ahead and start them in for the next match. Yeah, this is Wagwan FPL. I just said there, it's the wrap up week 8. Thank y'all for watching, man. Go ahead and watch that wildcard video if y'all struggling with your team. If y'all need some player, keep tuning in. Pop those like button, hit those comment, man. I appreciate everything that y'all be doing. I just said there, man. It's Wagwan FPL. Let's get into it.